Well, another day, another dollar, as they say. Or I guess in my case, it's more like another day in another job application. Hello everybody, I hope you guys are doing good today. Just doing what I did yesterday, off to the library to get some work done. However, there is one difference between yesterday and today, and that is I now have my pepper spray. I'll be honest, I don't really 100% feel comfortable carrying around like some form of weapon. I don't know, I guess it just kind of makes me feel like I'm paranoid and it feels like that something's out to get me, you know? But I can't take any chances with those freaking animals, dude. My aunt even told me that there have been times, maybe once, but once is enough, where they found cat remains on the base, and the last thing I want is them to find Julian remains. I don't know. I know I probably won't ever have to use it, thank goodness, but hey, I got the option. Alright, so I'm actually back from the library. I know that was really quick. You just saw me before I went to the library, and now you're seeing me after when I've come home. But I don't know, because when I was actually at the library thinking about like filming something, I was doing some thinking. It's like when I'm there, I don't technically know what to do or say, and actually half the time there isn't really much to do or say once I'm there, you know, because like first off, I can't even really like talk or whatever in the library. I can still like film in it a little bit, but like you get what I'm saying? So I think that maybe more often than not I might consider skipping the library unless I have something to say. I think I could just like, you know, walk outside, but I think that probably most of the things that I'll probably have to say will be on my way to the place and on my way back, like right now, and then when I'm in my room. But anyway, when we get back into the house, there's actually something that I'd like to talk about. It's something that I've kind of been noticing at this library several times. Now, technically it isn't anything bad, but it is still something that I've kind of noticed. So I'll let you know when we get back inside. Alright, now that we're here, let me tell you what I'm thinking right now, alright? So I've noticed a little bit of a trend at this library, and not to sound like insulting or anything, but I noticed that there seems to be a large number of like older people there. Like by that I mean like maybe people that looks like they're in like their 60s and above. Now of course in itself that isn't a problem. What it is though, it's like they're kind of like they're the people who like talk to themselves out loud and seems like they could be subject to unpredictable behavior. Like for instance, there was this guy, like you've already seen where I normally sit. It's like this little cubby hole area, and it's a row of cubbies, like some, you know, and they're like right in front of each other. There was this older guy who sat in the cubby that was directly in front of mine, and there were like, this is a slight disadvantage to this library. Well, it's only slight to me. It's not really a disadvantage because I got my headphones, but the library does have a kid section. And the kids section is not walled off, and it is not in its closed room. So when a kid starts making noise and starts crying, that's heard throughout the entire library. Now, I have a really good pair of headphones. They are like, I think, noise-canceling headphones. When they're on, I don't hear anything. The guy in front of me, however, he was getting really, really frustrated. It was to the point where, like I said, I actually thought that he was talking on a phone. Maybe he was, but I don't think so, because he only said like 1 or 2 sentences, and then, you know, that was it. But yeah, it sounded like he was like talking to himself almost, saying like, what did he say? He was like, can't believe it, that girl wailing in the back, crying. Unbelievable. And he was like cursing. He was like, unbelievable. I was like, I kind of like grabbed myself and like went to the restroom real quick. But yeah, but it's weird. It's like a lot of the people there, it's like they'll talk to themselves like out loud, like audible, to where you think that they're like talking on a phone or something. There was this other guy who I believe was leaving, like he was like leaving the library. Like I think I was walking in, I think I stepped out to like maybe like drink some water or something. And like he gets on his bike, but then out of nowhere he just does like, like at the top of his lungs in the middle of like the parking lot, and like as he was driving off, like it was just weird. So I don't know, it's been kind of frequent of just these kind of, like I said, these strange old people. Like I said, I don't want to sound like rude, but it's like going to this library. I don't really feel like that like my safety is like in danger or anything. However, situations like that happening consistently throughout the day, sometimes like twice, maybe 3 times within the same day, it does kind of put me on edge, you know, because like I said, I don't know this person. They're making weird sounds, they're like talking to themselves, you know, I don't know who they are. So because of that, it does kind of put me on edge a little bit. I'm not even talking about like the pepper spray thing. I mean just like in terms of just, you know, feeling. I will say this, that was one advantage that the Starbucks did have over this library. This was not on my mind at all. The people who went into the place was, you know, normal to say the least. You know, they just kind of kept to themselves, got their coffee and left. But here, it's just a little different. That being said, we've got a couple of choices to make. And I think I've already kind of picked which one. I think now that we know how to ride the bus, and now that I know that it's so cheap, it's only like 50 cents one way, I think I'm going to try to find a third place. Starbucks is good when it comes to internet speed, good food, and general environment, but it is kind of bad for me price-wise, because like I said, I have to buy something in order to stay there, and that can be, like I said, like $3, $4, maybe $5 just for a single item, and the limited number of seats. Like I said, there's only like maybe about like 5 or so seats that I can sit at, and once somebody is sitting there, they are there for a while, so it does get kind of unreliable with the seating options. The library is reliable with seating. It is technically a relatively quiet place. I say technically specifically because of my headphones, and it is so much cheaper to get to. Like I said, so it's $1 for a round trip, but the internet still does go in and out. Like, I was getting a little bit frustrated because that was happening again today. It's like my pages were taking forever to load. That and the questionable, shady characters that frequently visit this place. I just remember one last thing that happened today on top of the 2 things that I just told you. Now granted, like I said, I don't know if this was anything. It could have just been my paranoia. I wasn't even really paranoid. I just remember when I was sitting at another seat, it was like nearby like the emergency exit door. Outside, I heard yelling. I heard like, hey, 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 hey. But like that could have been anything, but I don't know, in light of everything that was going on, I mean, you got that right there, and now you're hearing this behind you, you know, that did kind of make me feel like a little bit off. I don't know. In the end, I think that like I said, I mentioned it before, I thought I was no longer going to do it after, you know, I learned the bus system, and, you know, the library seemed like a pretty good deal. But I do think that we are still, I'm sorry, I'm starting to just get comfortable. I do think that we are going to look for a third place. Like I said, thanks to the bus, the commute should be cheap. Now it just needs to have reliable seating, and good internet, and a good environment to be in. But yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you so much. Yeah, for tuning in. I'm on the side here. Be sure to subscribe and to hit the notification bell so you know when my videos are going up. Want to see my drag? You've already seen it. And be sure to donate to show your support by donating in the links below. I'd really appreciate that. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you in the next one. See ya.